Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Renita Devi, an accounting student class F. Now, I'm going to explain you about budgets from Accounting Principle 2 by Elizabeth Minbiole. Okay, so keep watching. Budgets are part of a company long-range planning system. While some portions of a long-range plan are concerned with the organization in 5 to 10 years, the budget is the short-range portion of the plan. Some budgets are prepared for a 12-month period, sometimes on a rolling basis. A rolling budget is updated quarterly by dropping the 3 months just added and adding 1 quarter's data to the end of the remaining 9 months already budgeted. The master budgets consist of the individual's budgets required to prepare budgeted in financial statements. Although different textbooks group of the budget differently, the main components of a budget are operating budgets for revenues and expenses, capital expenditure budget, cash budget, and finally the budgeted in financial statements, which include the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statements. Operating budgets. The operating budgets include the budgets for sale, manufacturing costs, or machinery purchases, selling expenses, and general and administrative expenses. Sale budget. The sale budget is the starting point in putting together a comprehensive budget for a business. It includes the number of units to be sold and the selling price per unit. It's important to agree to the sales budget first because many other budgets are based on this data. Although its components are simple, getting management team to agree to the number of units to be sold and the selling price per unit, the two items needed to prepare the budget, is often difficult and time-consuming. Manufacturing cost. Before preparing the direct materials, labor and manufacturing overhead budgets, the production budget must be completed. Production budget. The production budget shows the number of units that must be produced. To budget for annual production, 3 things must be known: the number of units to be sold, the required level of inventory at the end of the year, and the number of units, if any, in the beginning inventory. If quarterly budgets are required, the same information is needed on a quarterly basis. Direct materials budget. The direct materials budget determines the number of units of raw materials to be purchased. It uses the number of units to be produced from the production budget, the required level of ending inventory for raw materials, and the number of units in beginning inventory. Once the number of units to be purchased is determined, it multiplies the cost per unit to determine the budgeted amount for raw materials purchases. Direct labor budget. The direct labor budget shows the number of direct labor hours and the cost of the labor to determine the total cost of direct labor. Manufacturing overhead. The manufacturing overhead budget identifies the expected variable and fixed overhead costs for the year being budgeted. The separation between fixed and variable costs is important because the pickup trucks company use a predetermined overhead rate for applying overhead to units produced. And then the last is about selling expenses budget. The budget for selling expenses includes the variable and fixed selling expenses. The variable expenses is the selling expenses budget are usually based on sales dollar. Okay, that's all about my explanation. I hope this may be useful for you. And for less and more, I do apologize. So thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.